applying for jobs and sending out resumes? Have you attended one or more interviews and find you aren't sure what they're looking for? Or are you just beginning a job search and want to be prepared for the next step? I'm Kelley Evans, Program Coordinator with the YWCA Pre-Apprenticeship for Women program. I've spent most of my career helping people change careers and secure jobs. So I have some answers to share with you today. Think about it. All of your job search activities have one goal: to help you get an interview. This is the step that leads to a job offer. So you should put some special effort towards preparing yourself. There really is a strategy for interviewing well, and if you work at it, you can become much more comfortable with it. Think about what you can do before, during, and after the interview to increase your chances for success. Here are some steps you can take before the interview happens. Start by contacting your references to verify their contact information and their permission, and think about sending them your resume. Research the company so you can answer important questions, since you will have the knowledge of the bigger picture of what they do and what they look for, and to help you build some questions to ask at the end of the interview. Gather up your important information: reference page, research notes, written questions, extra copies of your resume and the job posting, and put them into a package. For instance, a booklet like this one. I got this at the dollar store with the plastic sleeves, and I put some craft paper in the front cover. If you have a portfolio, look it over to ensure it's up to date and relevant for the jobs you're applying to. Plan out your transportation and travel route to get there 10 minutes early, and take a drive-by the day before so you're familiar with traffic, parking, and any potential challenge with getting there. Choose your outfit to make a positive impression by dressing a step above the job. Make sure everything fits and looks fresh. On the day of the interview, get yourself ready. Get some exercise, eat well, and avoid having too much caffeine. The most important thing to prepare is what you're going to say. Everyone remembers questions that stump them. Ask your friends and Google some sample questions. Put together a list of 10 to 20 general questions, including some about the job you're searching for. Work on developing your answers and make a note of situations where your important skills stood out. The best tip of all is to practice in advance. This is the best way to help you remember what you want to say, and it will make you feel more confident. Here are some tips to go along with some of the most common questions. No matter what they ask you, focus your answers on the job you applied to. Everyone's least favorite: tell me a bit about yourself. To answer this, give a brief overview of your resume. Highlight experience, education, and skills, and perhaps something that you like to do on your own outside of work. Why should we hire you? This is where your research pays off. Relate your skills and strengths to the job and company values. Practice expressing your unique qualifications in a way that fits the need in the job posting. What is your wage expectation? Answer without a number if possible. Something like a fair competitive wage is a good answer, but you should still know the range in your field. Where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? Explain how this job fits into your long-term plan and what pathway you can see for yourself, and perhaps some important skills that you want to develop. Describe some of your strengths. Highlight your best ones and relate them to the job. And don't try to cover every skill you have. What is your major weakness? Well, give them one thing you are working on improving, or something you don't know very well that you want to do better in the future. It's not about what you're bad at. Do you have any questions for me? This is often overlooked, but always bring questions to ask and have them in writing. Asking questions shows you're interested and that you're thinking ahead. Ask about something from your research. Ask about the first day at work, who your coworkers are, and what the next step is for filling the position. And then there are the dreaded behavior style questions, ones that ask you for example situations from the past. They are looking for proof of your skills. This comes from the idea that past success predicts future success. See if you've heard of any of these questions. Describe a time that you had an irate customer. Or give me an example of a problem situation at work. What steps did you take and how was it resolved? Or tell me a time that you had a conflict with someone at work and how did you handle it? The STAR method will map out an answer strategy that gives the employer what they want. STAR stands for situation, task, action, result. Tell your story with all of the parts and give at least 3 actions, since that's the part that backs up your skills. The key is to pick 1 or 2 specific scenarios and be able to tell the story. If you're really keen to be prepared, refer back to the job posting and pick out the skills that they're looking for. Then think of times when you've used these skills. Then you can put together your STAR stories. Make some notes of your answers and practice answering with someone else. This will help you remember what you want to say and will build your confidence. Consult with a coach for guidance, especially if you have any concerns. At the interview, here are some tips to help you build your positive impression. Be pleasant to everyone you meet along the way. Let them guide you through the process and have your host show you where to sit. Before the actual interview, take some deep breaths to help you relax. Be mindful of your posture and responsiveness, things like eye contact, smile, nods and gestures, and your speaking, volume and rate of speak. These all convey interest and your engagement with the process. If you're unsure about a question, ask for clarification. When the interview is over, your job is not done. What you do afterward can be just as important to the final decision as everything else you've done. You have a chance to influence a positive outcome. Make some notes from the interview of what you remember. This way you can reflect on what was said and notice anything you forgot. Prepare a thank you note or email. Thank them and add anything important that you may have missed. End with reviewing when you expect to hear back. And when should you send this? My best advice is to send it out within a day. Continue to watch what's going on at the company. This will help you to be ready if there's a second interview or with starting your first day at work. For now, keep applying to other positions. Job searching is something that will always be stressful, but if you work at it, you will improve and feel more confident. Look for our other sessions, including tips for telephone interviews or virtual interviews, online job search, and of course, resumes and cover letters. I would love to hear from you and refer you to one of our programs if it will help you achieve your goals. If you have a special interest for women in the skilled trades, please contact me. Be persistent in your job search and keep looking for the job you really want. I believe it's out there waiting for you.